So, we talked about Ellen DeGeneres on our second episode and everything that was going on. And within 3 days of us posting that, the world is now on this whole thing about Ellen and everything going on.
I'm not going to say you're welcome, but you're welcome.
Well, we're psychic or we know what's going on. One of them, or both. But I thought that was very funny.
Yeah, that's actually scary.
As soon as we posted, it was like, boom, boom, like... Because most people were like, oh, I never realized this. And I was like, oh shit, maybe like this wasn't a great topic to talk about.
Maybe it was too soon.
Maybe we should have picked something else. But it was the perfect timing.
I know. That's why you're in charge of the shit.
That's why I'm in charge. Yeah. But it's absolutely crazy. Yeah, apparently her employees are upset because she isn't paying them or paying them properly on this leave right now. Because they're not... I don't know if they're not working at all or they're doing stuff but not as much, so they just don't feel supported.
Well, what I understood was that she gave them no warning that she was going to give them a 60% cut, like pay cut, which that's a significant amount of money. And she's making money at home. She's staying at home doing her show still. I don't know. And did you watch that one video? What was that guy doing outside? Was that security?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Okay. SOS. But yeah, it's really upsetting that she can't just support her people.
Yeah, I just think people are upset because she's still making a huge amount of money just doing all this stuff from home. And I'm sure she could have some people working for her, helping her doing it, like like via computer and all that stuff, but she's just choosing to not. And I get other people are probably doing it too, it's not just her, but at the same time it just came to light that if she's doing it, and when you're worth $400 million, you think you'd help your employees a little more.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I
don't know.
Crazy times.
Yeah, if I was worth $400 million, I'd like to think that I would help out my employees, but...
I think I would too, but who knows what's going on. So, I was watching this video of her with Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Who is Captain Marvel. And her and Scarlett Johansson were on the show, and... I don't know. I just had another moment where I was like, oh crap, Ellen's a savage. Like the whole time I was like, oh.
Yeah, I watched that video too, and it just seemed like she was trying to throw her under the bus at all points.
She made sure she knew that either, I don't know if she doesn't like her or if she, because if people don't know who Brie Larson is, she's Captain Marvel. And she's newer to like the whole Marvel world, like universe. So she's getting a lot of backlash and she isn't really being accepted as much as she should be, and just things like that. So she was on the show with Scarlett Johansson to promote her movie Captain Marvel plus Avengers at the same time.
And Scarlett Johansson plays the Black Widow.
Yeah, and she was also there promoting Avengers. And Ellen literally called her Captain America.
I know.
Right there, and then Brie Larson said, oh, like, I don't know if this is a joke because of comedians. And then Ellen just laughs.
I know.
And then doesn't even say anything. Just keeps laughing.
I know. And after that, I think it just went downhill because Ellen just kept on, like... To me, it just seemed as if she kept on trying to put her down, kind of. At that one comment, I'm not even sure why this was brought up. It has nothing to do with the movie. About their first kiss. And Brie's like, oh, I'm not really sure, like, where I had my first kiss, if it was on screen or off screen. Ellen's like, well, how do you not remember? And then Scarlett Johansson stuck up for her and says, well, do you remember?
Yeah,
I love that so much.
You can tell how good of a person Scarlett Johansson is because she really does take her side the whole thing. Because if anyone has the time to just YouTube this video on YouTube, you'll see that she's just blatantly... like leaving Brie out of everything, Brie Larson out of everything. And for people who don't know the backstory, so Brie Larson won an award for excellence in film. It was like a woman's award for excellence in films, and she decided to take that platform a few years ago, and instead of just thanking her managers and producers and other people, she decided to say her opinion on the fact that I think it's between 67 and 82% of critics in movies are white men, and she just wanted to say that this needs to change.
Yeah.
Movies that deserve to be seen and heard and get the promotion and the recognition that they normally would aren't, because they're the people who they're being made for, the communities, there's no one watching it and critiquing it early and getting access to it, like professionally, that deserves to. That are like in the same community. So
that's right.
And she just got so much backlash for saying that.
Well, because people took little snippets of her speech where she said things that I guess could be seen as
if you take everything out of context.
Exactly. Like that's the point. It was out of context.
And
but
she tried to make a few jokes and say, I'm not saying I hate white men. I hate white dudes. I'm not saying that. And she was like trying to just lighten it up a little bit.
She's just trying to bring the fact that the population isn't represented
properly at all
in the reviewers world or whatever that's called.
No, it's just she was just trying to make a point that like all these like movies that are being made to like help empower and bring light to like issues in different communities like are not being critiqued by people who are even remotely close to understanding or experiencing that kind of stuff. So they get bad reviews or they don't get enough reviews and then they never make it to the screen. And movies aren't just really movies in that way. They are a piece of art for the most part. Some of them are just big budgeted movies to make you laugh, but a lot of them are ways to bring light to things. Like
exactly.
Blackfish, for example. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Blackfish, about the orcas. I try to
keep it out of my memory because it's sad, but it did bring light. And how many people will you meet today that will say they'll never bring their kid to SeaWorld or anything like that, Marineland, because it actually like enlightened people to understand what's going on and visualized it for them. Because when you're not experiencing things, you don't know that they're going on.
Exactly. So, and even the movies that aren't necessarily informative or documentary style, they reflect the values of society. And I took a criminal justice in movies class in university.
That's cool.
It was awesome. We watched movies every class, and we watched from I think the 50s to present day, and you've seen how the values of society changed, how even the fears of society has changed. You know it, and that's what films do. They represent what is happening and they show you what is scary in society at the time. And I don't know, it's just because we don't know what's going on in the States or in the South, or we don't understand what's happening.
We might hear the news on it and stuff, or like little clips, but when you get to be empowered by an actual cast of people who are putting on something to teach you or explain something to you or show you what they see something as, it can really be life-changing. And there's been a lot of movies that have actually changed society. I
feel like The Help was one of those for me because I didn't really understand what they went through to get to where they are.
Well, how would you, right?
Yeah.
But something like that brings it to light where you're like, oh, wow, this is happening, because we don't see it
exactly
much,
yeah,
at all sometimes, right?
Another interview I seen with Brie Larson, actually it was the same interview with Scarlett Johansson. I really enjoyed how Scarlett was.
She was very
supportive.
Yeah, she knew, you could tell they were actual friends, and she was supporting her, which was really nice to see, because it was the only interview I saw with her that she actually had someone who was helping her through it, because you could just see how, I don't know what it is.
It's defeating. Like, I could feel how that could be draining. Yeah.
Like, she's just battling people constantly.
I don't know if I could have taken the first joke that Ellen said so lightly if I was her.
Which one was that again?
When she said, oh, when you're playing Captain America?
I know. She knows she knows Chris Evans. Chris Evans has been on our show how many times, who plays Captain America. She knows. They're in the same, like, she works for Universal, doesn't she, Ellen? She's in the same kind
Warner
of area.
Brothers.
Warner Brothers?
I'm not sure if it's the same thing.
It might not
They're
be at all.
brothers,
but
sisters.
She knows them all. She probably has their names in their phone. Like.
And, sorry, this is not supposed to be an alien bashing episode. We already had that.
No,
but,
this is just, where there's more, we just...
But... why is it that whenever two celebrities or a celebrity brings up an event, Ellen's like, oh, I must have lost the invite. Shut the fuck up, Ellen. Nobody wants you there. Like, anyways, if you haven't heard our Ellen bashing episode, please go check it out. It's episode 2. It's actually very fun. And you'll be shone some light on some reasons why I am not a fan.
Not a fan. So by the end of the interview, she plays a game with a contestant, like an audience member. And she comes down, she's so excited. You know Ellen picked this girl, or told the people to pick a Scarlett Johansson fan, because the girl came up so excited and only hugged Scarlett and wouldn't even hug.
Are you kidding?
No, it's like, sorry, I didn't send you that one, I don't think.
That's okay, but...
yeah, she So she invites her up, this fan, and she runs to Scarlett, gives her a huge hug, so excited, and then Brie goes over and gives her a hug and is like trying to give her a hug, and she just didn't. And then she proceeds to give away tickets to Avengers.
Not even Captain Marvel.
No. Only the one doesn't even bring up Captain Marvel.
Oh my gosh.
And I honestly think that the reason why Ellen's being so rude to her and keeping her out of everything is because I genuinely think she's taken the side of all the white men. Like all the Apple side of like all of Hollywood. She decided that she doesn't like her either because why are you going up there and saying that maybe? I don't know.
Like Ellen is such a huge platform. Why would you use it to tear other women down?
I don't know.
That doesn't make sense.
Or maybe we're completely overreading into this and it's not like that at all. But even if you look at these videos, Scarlett Johansson's face during it, when she said, "Oh, we're giving away tickets," and then the camera zoomed in on Brie Larson going like winking, like raising her eyebrows at the camera, like thinking it was going to be Captain Marvel. Mm. And then she says Avengers, and then Scarlett Johansson like looks down, looks at her, rolls her eyes and looks to the side because she was even like, "What the fuck?"
I'm embarrassed. I feel so bad for Brie Larson. Everybody's just like tearing her down. She got casted for this fair and square, you know, and there was
She's been acting for a long time. She's finally getting the recognition she deserves. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anyone's seen the movie Room. We talked about it a few episodes ago. That was on our thing that we watched during quarantine, and it's a phenomenal movie. Yeah, she does such a great job. It's great, and then she makes her way up into $1 billion grossing movie, and people are still shitting on her because she's not a man or she's not a colored woman because of she's just not anything that they want her to be for this role.
And one thing that I hated in a video I watched, a critic had mentioned that in one of her trailers she wasn't smiling enough. And I don't know about you, but I hate when people say you should smile. In McDonald's, when I worked there as a server, even as security, people are like, you should smile. Like, no, fuck you.
Not even that. It's a superhero movie. When have you seen a male superhero smile in a trailer?
Well, that, and whose fault? It's not her. She's not the one filming the trailer. It's
they pick the parts. Well, but she's a superhero. She's not. She's supposed to be smiling. She's trying to save the world. She doesn't have time to smile. Like, she's not cooking a fucking pancake. Like, I don't understand where people get that from. Oh, you're a girl. You should be smiling. Is that like it was obviously a male critic.
Obviously,
no woman critics would be like, you didn't smile.
Yeah.
During your action scene. Oh. Like, do you see Vin Diesel smiling during...
I've never seen Vin Diesel smile in my life.
But everyone just thinks he's a powerful, respected man. If a girl doesn't smile, she's a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, don't even get me started.
But this isn't like a feminist, like...
Yeah, I'm not... Like, I'm a woman, whatever. I don't keep up on politics. I don't keep up with pop culture. All I get is through Alana sending me stuff. Like, so... And I wouldn't even consider myself like a full-on feminist. I'm here for women supporting women, and I shave my armpits and stuff. So I'm not like freak, like way.
No, we're both
far.
I'm more of an egalitarian, I think. Where it just basically, from what I understand of it, someone can tell me if I'm wrong. I want men and women to be equal. Yeah. I don't want anyone trumping the other one or anything. I just want everything to represent the ratio of the world. Like if there's this like population, so kind of like what Brie Larson's saying, it needs to reflect the community. Everything. Right. That's what I believe. Everything should just be kind of equal.
I want to be that too. Oh. That's what I am now.
Watch it be a cult, and I just fucking tricked you.
But it's just so upsetting that she finally gets this huge role, and first of all, they're throwing her movie right in between two gigantic Avengers movies, so all of these fans are just like, well, who the fuck is this?
No one knew who she was because they didn't even have a script for her yet or anything. This poor girl
right.
shows up with no script.
She was just thrown right in. Everybody's asking her what her powers are. She's like, oh, fuck, I don't know. The poor thing. I feel so bad for her.
I know. It's just sad that I personally feel that sometimes when people stand up for what they believe in or a topic, something they want to get to people's attention, they're just kind of shit on by the media, by people, by different demographics. Now I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong about this, but Marvel is considering ending her contract earlier and just things like that.
Disney, Disney's CEO was talking about that.
Because she offended a majority of their demographic, because the majority of people are white men that watch Marvel movies. Like, come on.
You don't want the other 50% of the population to watch the movies?
I know, I just don't get it.
Question.
Like, I obviously get it from a business perspective, I guess, but I thought the CEO of Disney, or someone who was in charge of all the movie part of it or something, was a woman. So you think that she would stand up for women? I guess she doesn't have enough say. Or maybe she doesn't support her. I don't know.
Yeah, because there are a lot of women out there that kind of see the other side of it.
Because I do see both sides. I don't think that women have the worst and that we're not
like, oh, poor me, I'm a female.
Some people are.
Oh, some people are. We're not.
And
that's
I do
not my
think
stance.
that there are inequalities for men. I 100% have always advocated for men's mental health and for more men's shelters and stuff like that. I'm not saying that women have it the absolute worst these days. Obviously, in some countries, 100%. There's still a lot of human rights issues and stuff for women, and it's awful. But I do still firmly believe that when women try to speak their mind on a platform, they're never taken as serious as a man, or they're called a bitch, psycho, they're just labeled as different things. And I don't think it's just men. I think it's also women who look at them that way. Yeah. I don't know if it's a biological thing with like mating and sexual tension and jealousy and things like that. I think it's a bit of a lot of things, but it's just sad that I just think that girls, like, and women can't necessarily get as much of a positive reaction as they should when they're trying to just give light on a point that they're trying to make.
Yeah, that's right. I completely agree with that. And on the point of when a woman does something that a man does, they are completely seen differently. Just a small
double standard.
Just a small example is when I work at the bar as a bouncer. I'm one of 2, now 3 girls that work at this bar. So I'm a bouncer at this bar, and the guys will go around yelling, everybody get the fuck out. If you're not staff or sleeping with staff, get the fuck out. And people are like, oh, okay, gotta find somewhere else to party. Or they're like, get the fuck out, you can't stay here. Or I don't even know what they say. But then me, on a night where I've already worked an 8-hour shift and then went straight to the bar and worked another 4.5 hours, and I yell, hey guys, I can't go home till you do, so please leave. People are like, whoa, simmer down, like you should smile. Like, excuse me, sir, like you're 50,000 years old and why are you still here at 2:30? Please leave.
It's funny how the men were even ruder than you were. You were even being a little nicer about it, and they just...
Yeah, sometimes we'll throw a swear in and be like, hey guys, can you fucking leave, please? I want to go home. And they're like...
Do you think if you took the please out and yelled, people would respect you more for it? Or do you think
they would
think you're even crazier?
I've tried, honestly, like, I can't go home till you do, please. Like, come on. I just don't understand. But it's funny because girls will almost be bitchier to me than guys will, because guys will laugh and be like, oh, well, like, do you want to go home with me or something like that? Like, some stupid, but... Girls will be like, well, fuck you then, or whatever. Like, it's interesting.
Jeez, girls, just be nice to each other.
I don't understand how hard it is.
I think it's all a competition thing. I generally think inside that most girls, unless you're really good friends with them, and I'm not saying all girls are like this because I'm not, but most girls see everyone as a competition.
Yeah.
And there's some girls who just cannot separate that from anything, and then they result in having no friends, or they can never hold on to friends because everything's just a constant battle for them.
Yeah.